You've been told to pick a niche for your health and wellness coaching business, but before you spend months agonizing over the perfect niche, I need to tell you something that might surprise you. I actually don't tell people to pick a niche. I don't advise that. Now, I know that's contrary to what every marketing guru out there tells you, but here's why. Focusing on picking a perfect niche just keeps people stuck. It feels so big and so permanent, and many coaches tell me they worry that they'll become known as the whatever coach. So they spend months agonizing over whether to focus on women in perimenopause or whether it should be gut health or maybe hormone health. And here's why I don't advise worrying about picking a niche. Because people don't buy a niche, they buy an offer. An offer is what you're selling them, not a niche. You can't sell, I work with women in perimenopause. You need to sell, I help women in perimenopause eliminate hot flashes in 90 days. See the difference? So instead of asking, what should my niche be? I'm going to show you the 3 questions you should be asking to find out if your offer will actually make you money. And I'm also going to show you how to make your offer even stronger. In case you're new to me, I'm Nicole Piper. Since 2018, I've helped over 1,000 health and wellness professionals build profitable coaching businesses. And in this video, I'm going to show you how to validate your offer with data, not guesswork. I'll also show you how to improve your offer if you need to, so you can move forward with confidence instead of staying stuck. All right, so the way to avoid spending months building something no one wants is to get the answers to 3 specific questions. These will tell you if your offer will actually make money. So let's start with the first question, and that's, is there proven demand for what you're offering? Because if there's no demand for it, nobody's going to buy it. So you need to find out if people are actively searching for this. Are they buying books about it? Are they asking for help in online communities? So here's exactly what I look at to answer that question. And before we dive in, I want to give you a quick pro tip. Create a Google spreadsheet with 2 columns. One is where you found the information, and the other is what people actually said. So you'll use this for this exercise, but also you'll love having this when you do your marketing later. So as you do your research, you're going to copy and paste whatever people are saying directly into your spreadsheet, word for word. All right, now here's where to look. First, I go to Amazon. You're looking for books in your space with hundreds or maybe even thousands of reviews. And this tells you people are actively looking for solutions and are willing to pay for information to help them. You also want to read the reviews. So focus on the 2, 3, and 4-star reviews. You can ignore the 1s and 5s. And I like the long ones because people usually go into more detail. And I pay close attention to the negative reviews. I want to see what people are saying is missing or what didn't work for them. These complaints are gold because they tell you what gaps exist in the market. For instance, if you see multiple people say things like, this book was helpful, but it didn't address my specific situation with menopause, that's a gap you can fill. So every time you see something that either talks about a frustration or what they're experiencing, copy it directly and paste it right into your spreadsheet. Next, dive into Reddit and online forums. You want to find active communities discussing your topic. Look for subreddits or forums with thousands of members posting regularly. What you want to find out is what people are asking for help with. So what solutions have they tried that didn't work? See if you can see things they're frustrated about. If you see active discussions of people desperately asking for help about something, that's a strong demand signal. Then check YouTube. You want to see if people are searching for content on this topic. Look for videos with hundreds or thousands of views and active comment sections. Pay attention to what people are commenting about and what questions they're asking. This tells you what specific aspects of the problem they're struggling with most. So what you're looking for across all these channels is high search volume, active engagement, and existing products people are buying. If you see those things, you've got proven demand. But watch out for these red flags. Low search volume, which means people really are looking for this. Dead communities where no one's engaging. And if there are no existing products, it means no one's selling solutions because there's no market for it. If you see these red flags, you might have a passion project. And look, there's nothing wrong with a passion project, but if you want to make money, you need market demand. Okay, so you've confirmed there's proven demand, you're excited, but don't press go just yet. Proven demand isn't enough because you don't want to build a business in a dying market. So you need to ask the second question, and that's, is the market growing or shrinking? You want to ride a wave that's growing, not one that's fading away. So here's what I look at. First, Google Trends. This is a free tool from Google that shows you search trends and search volume over time. Here's how to use it. So you go to trends.google.com. Then in the search bar, type your main keyword like gut health or thyroid coaching or hormone balance. Set the time range to the past 5 years so you can see the long-term trend. Now you're looking for whether the trend line is going up, staying steady, or whether it's declining. If it's going up or staying steady, that's a good sign. If it's declining, that's a warning. You also want to look at related searches in the bottom of the page. So you're looking to see if there are new related topics emerging. That tells you the market is evolving and growing. So if you see declining search volume, no new products or services, decreasing engagement, those are red flags. If you see these, you might be entering a market that's past its peak. For example, paleo diet coaching was huge a few years ago, but now search volume has tanked. But gut health coaching, that's steadily growing. It has been for years. That's the difference between fighting an uphill battle and riding a wave. All right, so now you've gotten demand and a growing market. Excellent. But there's one more critical question you need to answer. Can you stand out? Because even with demand and growth, if you blend in with everyone else, you compete on price. And that's a race to the bottom. Nobody wins. So how do you do this? Well, you start by doing competitive analysis. You want to identify the top coaches in this space. So look at what they're offering, what they're promising, how they're positioning themselves, and what price points they're using. Study the top 5 to 10 coaches in this space. What are they all offering and promising? And when you see everyone saying the same thing, you found the status quo, and that's what you need to avoid. Now, don't be scared off by competition. Competition's actually a good thing because it validates there's a market. But the question is, how can you stand out in it? So you find that by looking at the spreadsheet you've been keeping, and all those complaints show you what's missing from the current solutions. And those missing pieces are your opportunities to stand out. You can also look for questions that aren't being answered. So you want to see what people are still asking about after consuming content. This shows you what topics are underserved. You can also see if there are specific situations or demographics being overlooked. These gaps are your opportunities. So let me give you some examples. A lot of gut health coaches focus on women, and there are gaps for men. Maybe all the thyroid coaches are focused on hypothyroidism, but there's a gap for people dealing with thyroid issues during menopause. Or maybe all the weight loss coaches focus on food and exercise, but nobody's addressing the emotional eating piece the way you would. So these gaps are opportunities where you can stand out. You can position your offer to fill them. So as you're doing your research, you're looking for gaps in the market, underserved audiences with unaddressed problems, complaints about existing solutions, so what's not working, and opportunities to position yourself differently so you can create a unique angle. All right, let's do a quick recap. The 3 questions that tell you if your coaching offer will actually make money are: 1, is there proven demand? 2, is the market growing or shrinking? And 3, can you create a way to stand out? When you answer yes to all of these 3 questions, you've got a validated offer. Not a guess, not a hope, a real business opportunity that's backed by data. Now, this is thorough research, and it should be, right? You're validating whether to invest months of your life and thousands of dollars into this business. But I know it's a lot. That's why I walk my clients through a 7-point validation scorecard that answers these questions using real data, not guesswork. And it's part of my Launch with Confidence formula. It's a done-for-you market validation service where I do all of this research for you, and I do it in just 3 to 5 days. So here's what you get. You get a complete market validation report across all 5 channels: YouTube, books, Reddit, keywords, and competitors. You get your scorecard, which tells you if your offer idea is a yes, whether you should pivot, or whether it's a no. So you know exactly whether to move forward with your idea. I also give you 3 to 5 differentiation opportunities based on the market gaps, so you know exactly how to position yourself to stand out. Then I show you exactly how to implement everything. You get 5 different value ladder funnel ideas ranked by probability of success. So these include different products you can offer. It'll give you all the details of the types of things you can include. You also get a 12-month strategic plan with a detailed 90-day launch sprint. And you get a 60-minute strategy session with me where I walk you through all of this. So basically you get answers to all 3 questions we just talked about, handed to you with data and a clear action plan. Now this level of market research and strategic planning typically costs $10,000 or more when it's done by a business strategist. But by leveraging AI for the research heavy lifting and bringing my Fortune 500 experience to the strategy part, I can offer this at a fraction of that cost. And if you want to skip the guesswork and launch with confidence, check the link in the description. And That's all I have for you in this video. So if you found it helpful, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to get more videos on building a profitable coaching business without the burnout. And what offer are you considering? I would love to know. Drop it in the comments and I'll tell you my first instinct about whether or not there's demand for it. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. All for now. Bye-bye.